you want to just put that in after?
It's going.
Yeah, I have no idea where to come in though. So
Here, I'll start it over and I'll...
just cue me. It's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's neworleans.com. When you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limousine or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you. Because that's New Orleans, and this is Happy Hour, a cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common. Other than we're all New Orleanians in a bar today, we're at the fabulous Maple Leaf Bar on Oak Street. Woo. Correct, Andrew?
That's correct. That's where I came.
Okay, I don't hear you at all. The Maple Leaf is the longest-running music club in New Orleans. It's been hosting music here for 45 years. Lenny Green is here. Lenny, you play on the stage.
Yes, sir.
Once in a while. I've saw photos of you online playing.
Yes, sir.
I've never seen you playing here live, though, for some reason. Why is that?
I'll be here February 5th.
February the 5th.
And I'll be here February 13th.
Okay.
Which is the night before Valentine's Day.
That's a handy day. Why those two odd days, 5 and 13? Are you like a numerologist?
Almost. Well, I have two bands. I have a reggae band with Renard Poche, NOLA Reggae, every first Wednesday at the Maple Leaf for 2020. And I have my band, which is R&B Funk, a little dance. We're doing something for Valentine's Day, pre-Valentine's Day.
Right. Oh, that's nice. So it's like get in the mood.
So yeah. So bring your lady.
So you're here.
Set the vibe.
The first. What did you say? The first what of every month?
First Wednesday.
First Wednesday of every month in 2020.
It's reggae night.
Oh, okay. And George Porter is here every Monday night. The Rebirth Brass Band is here every Tuesday. And John Cleary is playing here at the Maple Leaf every Friday night through Jazz Fest. So how about that? It's a pretty good lineup.
One favorite artist. Favorite artist. Total favorite. I mean, George Porter.
George Porter is a genius, and John Cleary. It's amazing. And you get to see them in this little intimate setting here, which is one of the great things about living in New Orleans.
Spoiled rotten.
Andrew, are you back on now?
Check. Nope.
Oh.
You can. Can you hear yourself?
Check. No.
I can't hear you. Colin says he can hear you fine.
Check.
Come back to us.
That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And the fabulous FlipOrley is here all the way from Lafayette, Louisiana.
Yeah, I had nothing going on today, so I drove in for the podcast.
That's nice. Thanks for doing that. You have nothing going on usually on what's the Wednesday afternoon?
Yeah, it's a Wednesday. I've got my kids at his mom's house, and I think I told you I'm between relationships, and I don't have a pet.
You did mention that you were between relationships just before we went on here. You actually didn't use those terms. You said I'm between batshit crazy women, I think.
I may have said that. If there's bipolar involved, then I'm a major attraction.
But you're attracted to bipolar women, or bipolar women are attracted to you?
At least one of them, but I think they're attracted to me.
I think I have the same syndrome.
Are you divorced 5 times?
Once.
Are you?
Yeah. Once.
Underachiever.
You've been divorced 5 times.
Mm-hmm. That doesn't include the fiance and I that broke up before the marriage. So that's like 5.5.
It doesn't include the one that broke up before the marriage. So you've been divorced 5 times. Is that what you're saying?
Been divorced 5 times. Yeah, she wanted to keep the engagement ring, and I said no. And she said, "Why? All the other women got to keep their engagement ring." And I go, "Yeah, well, they fucking married me. Like you're bailing early." So,
well, is there a sort of a universal reason why these women get divorced from you, or is it you?
I have about a 1-year shelf life.
What do you think it is that you're doing wrong that you haven't figured out after 5?
My picking skills are pretty bad.
Your what skills?
Picking with an I.
Picking.
P-I-C-K.
Selecting. I don't pick well.
You mean you're a bad chooser?
Chooser, yeah.
Right.
Well, what's the common mistake you're making?
The common denominator is fucking me.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. After 5 times, isn't there some sort of common thing that you've picked up that you're doing wrong that you could have corrected after 4?
What's so weird? Well, I mean, yeah. But what's so weird is like I've answered your question. I don't think you believe me. But here, at least, is part of the deal.
I'm not disbelieving you.
No, I just
you can get more specific.
So I don't meet women in church. I don't meet women at like the PTA. I don't meet women at the office because I'm a stand-up comic and I travel around the country. And I guess sort of the common denominator is meeting women at shows. Is probably not the best locale.
That might be the problem.
I think that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think the reason? You mean because they're in the audience? Is that one working?
No.
Yes.
How can we? Andrew, this is the weirdest day of all.
Yeah, I can't hear it. I can't hear anything.
But Colin says you're in the show.
Great.
But I love the 2 mic shot
It
right
doesn't,
there.
yeah, it doesn't make any sense, though, Colin. What is going on?
Yeah.
None of these mics work. Andrew, maybe there's some, like, vortex.
Maybe, yeah. Poltergeist or something?
Yeah, some weird
And
thing.
you should have a good mic because it was your idea to use the mic stands.
Yeah.
I think I doomed it.
Yeah.
Sounds good here.
Okay, well, apparently we'll be able to hear it fine on the day.
Just trust that I'm expressing positive things to you.
Okay. Here's the answer. Take off one of these headphones.
And the audience is all that matters.
That's exactly right. Okay, so anyway, we're back to me. Where did you meet your girlfriend? At a show?
I met her at Dos Efes, actually. It was
Yeah.
after a show, but yeah, I had played a show there.
So you played a show there, and you met her, and you've been together for a few years now, and it's all good still.
It's all good.
It's all good.
Yeah.
And
Don't introduce her to me. I'm bad news.
Lenny, where did you meet your ex-wife?
I met my ex-wife actually on stage.
Okay, there you go. So,
There
all right.
it is. There
So
it is.
we've completely doomed this argument of this. It's not
Well, no, because the
where
thing
you're
of it is,
meeting them at all.
you know, if your job is like if it's a hobby, that's one thing. But if your job is to entertain full time, and I've been doing this for my entire adult life, I don't have a lot of places I can go to meet people.
Yes, but the average is going to a show. It's not like there's some sort of weird subgroup of people who go out to hear comedy.
That's turning out to not be true.
I think those are the same people that like live music also.
Yeah.
You know, they like live shows and live bands, and they follow bands. And you may catch the eye of someone. They may want to meet you after the show or on break, and then it turns into a dating situation, and then it turns into, you know, a fiancé situation, and then it turns into a marriage. And then they realize
I think that's the evolution.
they realize that you're a musician or an entertainer, and I kind of don't want to go through that. You coming home late from the club, you know, all that kind of stuff. You know, women are like, I can remember my ex-wife saying, "You're gonna just have to make a decision. It's either gonna be me or music." And I was like, "What the?"
How long did it take to get to that sentence?
Exactly. I was like,
Well, no, how long did it take?
That was a real question.
exactly.
Yeah. Was that a week later or a year later or 10 years later?
It was like a year later.
Just one
Right,
year.
the shelf life is about a year.
But we were together like 2 years, and then got married, and then it kind of ruined it. You know, it was kind of like an ownership thing. I felt, you know, like I own you now. You need to be home by midnight. You know, boom, boom. I'm like, whoa.
Is that what happens to you, Flip?
No, because I'm on the road for a week or two at a time. So, if I live in Lafayette and I'm working in D.C., I can't come home every night at midnight.
Good point.
So that's kind of a fuck you moment. So before cell phones, my one of my wives insisted I get a beeper, which I didn't want to get because it's one-way communication, right? So then I had a week of shows in New York. I was like Caroline's, and I was doing the Today Show and blah blah blah, whatever the case may be. And so I was stuck in a cab, and she started hitting my beeper like every 10 minutes. But I was stuck in traffic in New York in a cab, and so. It was an hour before I could get to a phone to call her back, and she told me to go fuck myself so many different ways. I mean, it was really impressive, and so I threw my beeper away that day.
Yeah, and see, this kind of, well, not what you went through, but, you know, she said, it's either going to be me or music. And I was
Did
like...
she have a voice like that, or?
I bet you did. I have no doubt.
And I was like...
'Cause that's quite a nice voice, actually.
It was a nice
Is she
voice.
still single?
No, she's probably married with kids by now. I mean,
You don't have any idea what happened to
I don't know, yeah. But you know, I said, well, please don't compete with an inanimate object, you know, something that is a part of my life. I've been doing music, you know, before I met you. And you know what she did? She jumped up out of the bed and she punched me in my face.
Wow.
I was like, Jesus, you know, if you don't get your way, I mean... I was like, whoa.
That's an interesting
And
image.
that was the very first time domestic abuse was introduced to my life, my relationship.
You make it sound like it wasn't the last time.
Well, that was the very first time. Okay.
So you're lying in bed together.
No, I came home. She was already in bed.
She was in bed, and you were out of
She
bed.
was in the bed like this.
Mad.
And I walked into the bedroom, and I'm like, what's up, you know? Because I'm
Superstar.
still pumped from the show, you know?
Right.
Great show. It was a great show, sold out show. Great performance, you know. So you feel even better when was a good performance, you know. Great. It could be a sold out show. You could have a horrible performance, and it was like you still got paid, but you
Right.
stunk up the place.
You feel like you did a good job.
Right.
You're feeling good about yourself.
Feeling good.
Come home, you expect your wife to be happy to see you.
Exactly.
Going to be interested to hear the story about what a great night you had.
Exactly.
Instead, she's pissed off because you're out having fun and she's lying in bed angry. Why doesn't she go to the show?
Well, I think she had to work or something that night. I can't remember, but it was a thing where it became. What I noticed was a jealousy. Like all these people know you and like you and stuff, and I'm just your wife. I'm just, I have a regular job, and I'm like, it's really just a job also to perform.
Yeah, but it's a bit more glamorous.
It's a little bit more glamorous.
And it's also a passion for most people.
Right.
Like that emotional tie-in. I'm passionate about what I do. I'm sure you are as well. And so I think they do, not all, but at least my wives, I think they feel like they were competing with something that I was passionate about.
I think it's attention. It's an attention thing, like a competition with attention. That's what I experienced, at least.
Listen, look, we're going to do two things here. One, we're going to make you play a song, Lenny, so we know what we're talking about. And then we're going to come back and talk about hypnosis.
Okay. But I will tell you this, based on what you just said, it taught me a very valuable lesson. And that is, if you're an entertainer, never get your significant other an oversized ring.
Is that like a bumper sticker, Flip?
No, because if your spouse gets out of bed and pops you in the face,
Okay.
You have that shiner for the next gig.
So she actually hit you Lenny, she actually hit you in the face, punched you in the face.
Well, yeah, I kind of, parried a little bit, but she got me. Bam.
Was your first reaction to hit her back? I think that.
No, I've never, ever.
I know, but when someone hits you, kind of like the first instinct is to.
My first instinct, if I remember correctly, was total shock.
Right.
Like it had never happened before. It was a side that I never saw before.
And
I'll bet that was a shock.
It didn't help your relationship, I assume.
Oh, it was over. It was the beginning of the end.
That was the moment.
That was the beginning of the end.
Started to.
You can always tell when someone's in a good relationship
Because of the passion behind that punch.
No, because they don't join in.
Well, it's also because Andrew's mic's not working, so it's a little difficult, even though it technically is working.
Yeah.
But Andrew's on the road constantly, and his girlfriend lives miles, hundreds of miles away, thousands of miles.
So we can't even fight. We don't have a chance to.
Right. But you've kept it going for a long time now.
We don't have time to break up.
Thousands of miles where?
She's in, near Spokane, Washington.
That's a good long ways away.
Good long ways. And honestly, this is a temporary thing, and we're seeing this phase through, but there is that element of both of us being busy and having our work to focus on. And
when you say it's temporary, you mean the distance?
Oh, right, the distance.
Or the relationship?
the distance is temporary.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's a light at the end of the tunnel as far as that's concerned, and meantime, sure, it offers its own list of challenges, but so far so good, I suppose.
The funny thing about it musically is that all your songs, or most of your songs, I should say, are about loneliness and heartbreak and despair and.
Well, there's a latent effect. You have to write the song after experiencing it. You probably edit it.
Your relationship is really great.
Then you record it.
Whereas Lenny's songs are all love songs
Other
about
side.
how wonderful life is.
Yeah.
Well,
and he's like, getting punched in the face.
Right, yeah. You have
That's
to have
great.
that contrast.
That's pretty interesting.
That's paradoxical.
Have you written a song about getting popped in the face?
Not yet.
Oh, that's great. Subject
Andrew,
material.
that we could do that today.
I would think that you'd want some time. Again, there's a latent thing.
Yeah. All right. Hey, listen, anyway, Lenny, you going to play something?
Sure.
Where's that guitar gone? We're pretty sort of disorganized.
Hey, Nick.
That's how we're going to get the guitar. Nick's got it. Was Nick said he was going to play as well?
Yes.
Is that true?
Play a song.
Is that really happening?
I have an original song, which is about love, actually. Valentine's Day is on the way.
Right.
And we'll do an original. Where would you like him to?
We have to just put Nick over here.
Okay.
We don't have any other place for him, but I don't even see him. Is he actually in the building somewhere?
I saw him earlier.
I saw him earlier.
He should be probably in the back.
Okay, well, should we just move along until Nick shows up?
We can
There
have
he
dead air
is,
for a
right
few
there.
minutes.
There he is, right there.
Okay. He's out the back smoking weed.
That was impressive.
Just get.
Sure, man. Come on in.
Okay, Nick. We're going to put
Come
you
on
there.
in, Nick.
Because, Nick, you're the bartender here sometimes
Yes.
at the Make Believe.
4 days a week.
4 days a week, not
Yes.
today, though.
Not today.
So you're doing double duty as a guitar player?
Yeah. I mean, when Lenny asked me, I was subbed out my shift because it sounded like a really fun thing to do.
Okay.
And I saw you
Check
guys
that
here
out.
last week and was intrigued.
Awesome.
that
Okay,
out.
cool. Hey, is this mic working at all?
Yes.
Okay, so, all right. What are you going to play, you guys?
So here's a song. It's from my original album, produced by myself and Mike Bass from Trombone Shorty's band.
Okay.
My close friend. It's called All or Nothing online. It's available online.
Right.
This song is called All Day and Night.
Okay. The great Lenny
Maybe
Green.
about-
And we can steal that online, right?
Yes, sir. Baby, you got me under your spell, don't know what to do. Yeah. Can you see that it's you in my life that make me complete? Girl, it's you. When I think of this life and the love and the joy you bring, so magical. All the times that we share together, girl, you blow my mind. Yeah, they can't separate us. All day and night, moving you forward, pulling you close, flipping you over, kissing your shoulders, and all day and night, kissing your neck, making you sweat, making it wet, put you to the test, baby. Baby, you got me under your spell, don't know what to do. My engine on automatic, I keep on speeding down your street. It's so real, you on a higher level of sex appeal. Oh yeah, they can't separate us, no. All day and night, moving you forward, baby. Yeah, woo, oh baby, and all day and night, kissing your neck, making you sweat, making it wet. Woo, I said all day, baby, and night, mama. All day, baby, and night, mama say. All day, baby, say all day and night, mama. All day, I said all day and night, mama say all day and night. How about that?
Wow, wait, nice. What do you think, Flip?
Very nice.
Nick, thank you.
You should never
Nick,
leave this
good
on the
job.
table around me.
Thank you,
Very
guys.
nice.
Grant, for having me. I
Yeah,
really
thank
appreciate
We'll come
it.
back and do another one in a little while.
Good picture. Lenny
Nick
Green.
Marcelli on the guitar.
Yeah, very nice. So I like the line flipping you over. Did you guys notice that?
I did.
I thought that would be a good line for you to use.
No, it was near and
Flip.
dear to my heart. Absolutely.
Yeah. So is Flip your real name, actually?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's give my parents.
So Lenny, this is the song. The album is called All or Nothing,
All or Nothing.
and it's online.
It's online,
Lenny Green.
available,
Even-
Spotify, iTunes, Apple.
Your real name is not Lenny, though.
My real name is not Lenny.
It's Perrin.
First name. My first name is Perrin, yes.
Perrin,
Yes, like
Which is-
like the steak sauce.
which is a very sort of sophisticated sounding name.
Well, thank you.
Why didn't you go with Perrin Green, which sounds
Well,
sexier?
you
in
know,
my opinion.
I went through the whole, what's your name? Darren, Perry, Pierre, Perron, and I just made it easy for people. Lenny. Lenny's easy. So,
Okay, all right.
they
Did
could
you-
confuse
were
it
you
with
called-
Benny maybe, but
What were you called as a kid?
Perrin or P-Dog or,
P-Dog Green.
P-Dog.
Where P Green sounds good.
Or P Green, that's the other one. Then I was like P Green, I I went.
I wouldn't go with that.
I was called Greasy. I was
Greasy?
Yeah.
Okay.
The younger R&B side of me was called Greasy. I have 2 albums out under Greasy also.
Really?
Yes.
You were called, that was your stage name.
My
You
stage
released
name.
music under Greasy.
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 Because everybody was on the Wheezy and the Waynes and the Easies
okay.
so I was trying to
Greasy.
fit in with the
Okay.
the urban
Are you still
community.
selling those? Does people still stream stuff?
People still streaming.
The
I have a
Greasy?
song on the radio. I have a song on the radio right now on Q93 actually. You could
Under
request it.
Under Greasy or Lenny Green?
Well, no, this is a collab with Devious, myself, Lenny Green. It's called Never Let Go. It's a song produced by S80, which is he's also from New Orleans, one of your premier hip hop urban
Right.
producers,
And that's you on that song?
and that's me on that
Right,
song.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
singing.
that's damn cool. All right, Greasy. Okay, so what about Flip? How about that for a name?
Now it's fine. Growing up, it sucked.
Your parents actually called you Flip. That's like a real name.
It's a real
Not
name.
a nickname.
Not a nickname.
It's not Francis.
But
or,
no, and it's amazing because nobody believes that. So people are like, what's your name? My name's Flip. Oh, you mean Philip?
They think you're
Yeah,
being
I don't-
smart with
right.
them or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, even you, like, because Grant introduced me to you, and I don't remember what you called me. Like Flicka?
That's nice. Do people
Or
say,
that or something like it.
so why did they come up with Flip? Where are your parents from?
Both
Foreigners?
originally from New York.
Right. They're not
and-
foreigners or anything.
Fucking around this world. No, they're from New York. They moved to Phoenix, which is where I'm from. I've got 3 older sisters, all with normal names.
What are their names?
Sherry, Robin, and Debbie.
Yeah, right. Are you the youngest?
Yeah.
So they thought, I guess, well, they gave up on having regular
I
humans.
guess. And so, I mean, it's really cool because, like, my
It's like
parents,
a pet's name.
my parents have passed away, and then Robin passed away. So 3 are gone, and 3 are still alive.
Wow.
So now I'm looking at the rest of the family like sort of a Highlander, right? Because, like, I'm hoping if there can be only one, I want to be the last man standing.
And what do the other ones die from? The other 3 die from?
My parents and whatnot.
Well, and your sister just did as well?
Yeah, well, she was a slow motion suicide.
Slow motion suicide. Wow.
It
What
took
is
her
that
20 years because she was really shitty at
Is
it.
it drugs and alcohol?
Yeah, mostly. One day she called me up. She goes, "I got a gun." I go, "Really? What'd you get?" She goes, "I got a .38. I can't take it. I'm going to end it all." And I go, "Wow, that sounds serious." She goes, "I didn't get bullets." So I go, "Are you gonna bludgeon yourself? Like that's gonna take a really long time. You know, you're fucking diabetic. Why don't you take the gun money and go to the Four Seasons and just eat dessert? You know, like go out in style."
Is this true, or is this a sort of routine? from
There's
your
nothing
routine?
in my life I've ever written. Everything is all true.
Is that right? All your stand-up stuff is just basically true stories.
Not basically, absolutely
It
true.
is true.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely true. Wow.
You know, the cool thing with having a life that's a shit show in motion is you really don't have to write material.
Right.
So,
Like
Well,
Richard Pryor, I guess.
But what you do is, what's so fascinating for me is that you hypnotize people on stage.
yeah, I do that as well.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You do stand-up comedy,
Yep.
but most of the stuff I've seen, which is not live, which is just online, is you've hypnotized a bunch of people. By the time I see these videos online, they're already hypnotized.
Right.
And you're telling them that they're all something else. They're all whatever it is. They're people in a trailer park. I saw one thing about a trailer park, and another thing where people are some sort of other fantasy that they have, and then they act out these.
Yeah. So, I mean, here's the thing. I'm an entertainer, but I'm also wildly lazy. So, what I've learned how to do, and I'm actually not kidding, what I've learned how to do is entertain an audience by getting other people to do it for me.
Yeah, I know it sounds self-deprecating, but it actually is extremely difficult to do, and you're really smart at how
well,
at the
thanks.
things you're telling. I mean, I've seen stage hypnotists before where they tell people they're a chicken and they're clucking like a chicken, they're running around.
Yeah.
You don't do any stupid shit like that. All your stuff is like, it's clever.
Oh, well, thank you. I grew up. I mean, I grew up probably as part of the first TV generation, right? So I grew up on game shows and talk shows, and
You make yourself sound pretty old. I think TV was invented in like 1928 or something.
yeah. But I mean, at that point, there was only one TV, and I think it was in the White House. And then by like 1959, there were 5 TVs, and Elvis had 3 of them. And
So what years did you grow up? You don't look that old.
I grew up in the 2000s.
2000.
No, so I just grew up. I grew up on TV. I was kind of a latchkey kid, and I grew up watching just I liked, from SNL, sketch shows and the Groundlings and SCTV, and so I thought it would be funnier to help people uncover their creativity through hypnosis and to sort of make it a sketch show. I thought that was way funnier than barking like a dog or squealing like a pig.
It is funny. It's clever as well, which is the cool thing about it.
So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So is it that everyone can be hypnotized and don't know it, or is it that some people can be hypnotized and have that, I guess, weakness or
It's not a weakness.
or zone? Right? It's not a weakness. I thought it was a weakness.
Yeah, most people do, actually.
To be able to give in to whatever it is.
Almost everyone can be hypnotized under the right circumstances, but not all people can be hypnotized at the same time for the same reasons. So and the other thing is, like you said, like a weakness. So a lot of people come up to me and they'll go, and every time I do an impression of someone talking to me, I always do a Southern accent, but I don't know why. So people will go, so is it easier to hypnotize stupid people? And because I think that's the assumption, that you have to be weak-minded, weak-willed, have a weakness. No, that's really common. And actually, it's really, really hard to hypnotize stupid people because it takes a lot of concentration and focus. The more intelligent you are, in many cases, the easier it is. But here's the funny thing. Let's say you get a stupid person hypnotized. Once they're hypnotized, they're still fucking stupid. Like it doesn't fix that. And so that's the other thing. It's like, so to hypnotize a stupid person, that's the volunteer that would bark like a dog and squeal like a pig, because they don't really bring a lot to the party. They're not creative. They don't have a lot of world experience or opinions. They're not exposed to stuff, so they don't have anything to draw from. On the other hand, someone who is really sort of tuned in and intelligent and educated, they've got a lot of things to pull from and a lot of world experience. So when I started suggesting different things, your palate is really diverse, and all that sort of swimming around in your mind, and so your unconscious mind will pick these things that make sense to it, and you'll be able to create a really interesting character.
Well, what exactly is hypnosis?
It's bullshit.
Okay.
I mean, to the degree that there's the segment of people who thinks that it's not real. Okay, I think it is. I've been doing it my entire adult life. On the other hand, there's a segment of people who think that the hypnotist gets you into a trance and then controls you, and then you lose all willpower, and it's not that either. So hypnosis is that part of your mind. It's just a form of concentration and communication. And if you look at, for instance, advertising, whether it's on TV, on radio, print, whatever, they're looking to appeal to your emotions, and they're trying to manipulate you. They're trying to appeal to your desires.
Tap in.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that, to some degree, is a form of hypnosis. It's just a little bit more devious. So when I talk to you, if I were to say to you, take a deep breath slowly in, you could think to yourself, no. Or you could think, okay. And then if you take a deep breath in, it's your choice. And if I say close your eyes and concentrate on relaxing your body and blah, 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 you're doing all the work, but it's only because you chose to. You accepted those ideas and you decided to do it.
Yeah, but what is happening to my brain when I'm sort of not conscious, but is it my subconscious that's now?
Yeah.
Is that like a halfway dream?
It's kind of like a waking dream, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're still awake, you're still in control. And that's the other thing, like if hypnosis is real, which I propose that it is, why don't you have these zombie-looking people robbing convenience stores and women walking around going, I'm pregnant, but I don't remember having sex with anyone other than the roofie, which that would explain that. But the reason is
I thought you were going to get on to Jesus there.
No, but the thing of it is, a hypnotist doesn't control anyone, and furthermore, you're not asleep, you're not unconscious, you're not in a trance. So if I said to you, Grant, you're deeply hypnotized, go rob the bar, you'd think to yourself, well, no, I don't want to rob the bar. That's illegal. That's
so
immoral.
I still have some sort of choice.
You have not
even
some sort of. You have complete choice.
Okay.
And that's why you like a hypnotist. There's a lot of people going around doing seminars and workshops around the country, like stop smoking and lose weight, where it works for some but not for others. Because the thing of it is, a hypnotist can't make you stop smoking. Like if you don't want to stop, you can be deeply hypnotizable. You're not going to stop.
You're saying that you access the part of the brain yourself that stops.
Yeah, the hypnotist is like an orchestra conductor, right? You're the musician, and they'll say, "Here's what I want you to do," and you'll either pick up the instrument or you won't.
Okay.
But you're the one who's doing the work.
Talking of picking up instruments, Andrew, you want to play something today, even though we can't hear it?
What a nice segue. What was that? That was a nice segue.
I'll try.
Oh, now I can hear you beautifully.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it a shot.
Okay, so listen, we're going to take a very quick break, and when we come back, we have a brand new song from Andrew Duhon right after this.
All right.
And we're back on Happy Hour with comic hypnotist FlipOrley, Lenny Green. How would you describe yourself, as reggae and soul and R&B singer?
I'm a soul singer, R&B singer.
Soul and R&B singer.
Yeah.
Lenny Green, otherwise known as Perrin, or Greasy.
Yep.
And Andrew Duhon with a guitar.
Or P-Dog.
P-Dog.
P. Green. Dog. So, Andrew, what's going on?
Oh, man, I was tentative on the song idea simply because, it's like songs can be puzzles.
I can hear you now.
And I feel like this one's all over the place right now. I don't know where the pieces go. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Lenny?
I know what you mean, man.
So that's where I'm at.
It's a work in progress.
So I'm gonna sing the pieces to you, I guess.
Okay.
See how it goes. Maybe I figure it out in this run through.
Okay, that's the first time
maybe
you've
not.
played it anywhere.
Well, actually, I think I've played a draft of this before.
Okay.
But this is a new draft.
All right.
This is not a love song, but sort of a love song. But
It's a puzzle already.
right. It's my version of a sort of a love song. It goes like this.
All right.
We all learn it the hard way. That hearts ain't even heart-shaped. That it's all blood and circuitry. It's all muscle memories. We all got feelings that we just can't shake. We all got habits that we just can't break. And sometimes I still drive down your street by mistake. And we're old enough to see that nothing's really meant to be. So can we please put the fairy tale to sleep? We all learn it the hard way, that hearts ain't even heart-shaped. It's all muscle memories. Ooh. Prince Charming and his damsel in distress bought themselves a house, had some kids, well on their way to happy ever after happiness. Till their love was on the skids, trying to keep it together for the kids. And they still read those damn fairy tales their mothers did. We're old enough to see that nothing's really meant to be. So can we please put the fairy tale to sleep? We all learn it the hard way, that hearts ain't even heart-shaped. It's all muscle memories. It's all muscle memories.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it needs any work.
Oh, thanks. Well,
That's really good.
Hell yeah.
couple of fuck ups in there, but we're figuring it out.
You know what? Since I didn't have your phone, I didn't know.
It's true. You didn't even know what's on there. Yeah. No. keep my eyes closed too much to read it, so I don't even know why I had it.
You know, it's weird. It's like, and we've only spoken for like the last 20 or 30 minutes, but as far as like, when I looked at you, Lenny, like your voice didn't surprise me. Really good, really just smooth and amazing.
Thank you.
Your voice fucking surprised me.
Oh, cool. Yeah. In a
did
good
too.
way?
Yeah, no, in a really good way. If I thought it was shitty, I'd have kept that to myself.
Great. Yeah, I appreciate it.
Great job, man.
Andrew's super
Thanks.
talented, isn't he?
Well, this is really why I don't play music, because I
you-
blow. Yeah.
But you do play the guitar, don't you?
I have guitars. There's a difference.
Are you any good?
No, I'll tell you a quick story. I was in a rock and roll band in high school, and we played the Arizona State Fair. Not like a big stage, just a small stage off in the middle of nowhere. And a four-piece band, I played rhythm guitar, and then the lead guitar player ended up doing a lot of things in music, and the bass player ended up doing a ton of things in music. And at the end of this gig, I said to the lead guitar player, I go, "Oh my God, like that's I think the best we've ever sounded ever." And he looked at me with a very serious face, and he goes, "We turned your amp off before we started."
Whoa.
And they did like I looked back, and they had turned my amp off.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah. And
Which is pretty devious, but the worst part is you couldn't even tell.
no, I could tell we sounded really better. Like that was the best gig we had done, and that was the last gig I ever played. Yeah, I was like, I'm out, bitches, and I was.
Did you do anything else in music? Did you become the manager, or?
No, I was like,
anything?
you know what? You guys let me know when you're playing somewhere, because I'm going to come watch you. And I was out.
Well, you figured out what you're good at, and it wasn't playing guitar, apparently.
It was fucking horrible.
But you
It
still
just-
play, though. You still play for fun.
No, like I've got guitars like I've got golf clubs.
Right.
You know,
Well,
I
workout
have them
machine.
and I enjoy them, but it's like I'm not going on the PGA.
Right.
But
So, Andrew, how's the writing going?
There's no talent, Grant. I'm just in that vertigo
Right.
of unfinished drafts of songs, and I hate them all, and I just dwell in the song cave working on them.
And how you feeling?
It's better than that.
How you feeling?
Honestly, it's I think I'm in that place where you've been like shoveling piles of dirt on all these little molehills, trying to make them bigger, and you just keep your head down, and you feel like you're
Keep
not
shoveling.
making any progress. That's it.
Yeah.
And then one
You do
day
that.
you pick your head up and you think, wait a minute, now these are getting over my head a little bit. This is kind of working, and
So you work on multiple songs at the same time.
I feel like that helps the vertigo is switching, like work on, feel like you get some headway on a verse or something, and then just like put that down and move on to something else, get some fresh eyes on it. I feel like that's why co-writing's nice, because you can do that in real time. You can bounce those couple lines that you're futzing with somebody else, and they can throw it back at you, and you have that bumper lane, but generally I'm writing by myself, so.
Do you write by yourself, Lenny, or you write with other people?
Both, yeah. This record, actually, the reason why I'm proud of this record is because this is the first record that I wrote on guitar first, meaning, the chord arrangements, no words at all, songs before they became songs with lyrics. And I'd never done that before. It's always somebody is doing the music or give me the track and I write to it,
So you write lyrics, you're a lyricist mainly.
Lyricist,
Up until now.
songwriter.
This is the first one you start with the music yourself?
First one.
That's a pretty major
Yep.
change.
And I got my good friend Mike Bass to help me with laying everything out, and programming and embellishments and everything else,
It's it's a lot of production on this record. It's quite
Correct.
different from hearing your stripped down acoustic version.
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that also,
Right.
just to piggyback, But I have a whole new project coming.
What are you doing?
Well, it's more music with Mike, actually. More music with Mike. It's dance music, like soul house music. Got some stuff on the horizon. I just started on it a few months ago, and got 2 songs going. I have new music coming out with Renard Poche also.
Right.
We have the reggae band every first Wednesday, I was mentioned earlier.
At the Maple, here at the Maple Leaf.
Right here at the Maple
So
Leaf.
are you doing this full time? Do you have like a regular job like some people do? Or
Well, I do have a regular job. Well, it's part time.
Right.
Because I'm transitioning, but I'm a production manager in audiovisual. So I travel a lot and I do corporate events.
when you say transitioning,
In 2020, I wouldn't use that phrase.
that was my first thought. Are you transitioning genders or
Little help.
transitioning from
Occupations, yeah.
occupations? Okay. So
Right.
so you're an audiovisual
Right.
technical producer.
Right. So like The American Heart Association, American Diabetes, Association, all these major conferences that go on around, Cisco Live and Google and Microsoft. Their annuals, the company that I work for, produce those shows.
Okay.
So I'm one of the managers that's I have an area.
Do you work at Jazz Fest?
I don't, but I have. I've been doing this over 20 years.
Right. Are you playing this year at Jazz Fest?
I'm playing. We're playing NOLA Reggae with Renard Poche, David Barrard, Keiko Kamaki, Earl Smith Jr.
What day are you playing?
April 30th, we'll be on the Jazz and Heritage stage.
Jazz and Heritage stage. Which one is that exactly?
It's the one with the tent, actually, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Not the one on the...
It's a big tent.
It's a tent.
It's a big tent, yeah.
Stage.
But I could be wrong because they move around.
I don't even know which stage that is. Is that's on the ground somewhere?
It's on the grounds. You walk out there, and if you walking in like from Esplanade, usually that stage is like you walk past it to get onto the, it's like a big.
Oh, it's the stage like on the
tent.
okay, near the Acura stage.
Yeah, near the Acura stage.
Across the thing from it. Okay. Oh, that's cool. And so, what day of the week is that exactly?
That's the second Thursday.
Second Thursday.
Yeah.
There's two. There's only one Thursday this year, right?
There's 2 Thursdays.
There's 2 Thursdays.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because if there is only one Thursday, then I think you're screwed.
Right. There used to only be one Thursday in the middle. Now the festival's an extra day long.
The Rolling Stones were the catalyst for that.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Oh, there's 2 Thursdays.
How shitty would it be to show up on the second Thursday and like nobody's there?
Right.
Those days are long past us at Jazz Fest. Andrew, what day you're playing on the...
First Sunday.
First Sunday, okay.
Yeah.
So have you guys got free tickets for us or anything?
Oh, shit.
How many do you get?
Hit me up after.
Yeah, okay. That's the main problem is if you want to go and see all your friends playing at Jazz Fest or whatever, all your favorite bands, and you have to buy $70 tickets. Or how much is it now, I wonder?
Oh, it's like 70-something, yeah. I heard some good stories from, some New Orleans legends who will remain nameless. One in particular, the story was like, you get so many tickets for your band, right? And and he like gave them all to his family, and they rolled in, and that's not surprising for the people at the gate. People who might just be crew, but then the band shows up, and they're like, "Ain't got tickets. Sorry, we play in 30 minutes."
Did it work?
Yeah, it worked.
Okay, well, let's do it.
I don't think I have the New Orleans legend status to be pulling that one, but I like that move.
That is a good move. Last year we tried to get in free with, remember Catherine Clematis, who she's the handicapped monitor. She drives around and checks that it's all cool for handicapped people. She was going to sneak us in the car.
Oh. That'd be nice.
But we never pulled that off. That was on the Rolling Stones day.
You certainly could. If you could get in the van under the cargo blanket, that would work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That would work.
They don't check or anything. Okay. Well, you got that gigantic van.
Yeah, we got a big old van, so that could work.
Okay, totally. How many people could we get in there lying down?
It depends on how comfortable you want to get.
I don't care how uncomfortable.
Wait, do you have to listen from inside the van?
No, I think you just got to wait till the coast is clear.
Yeah, once you're
jump
in.
out.
This sounds like we're going to a drive-in movie theater in 1967.
So,
how many people can fit in the
Where
trunk?
were you in '67? Were you in Lafayette?
No, I was born and raised in Phoenix.
So when did you get to Lafayette? Why do you live there now?
My fourth wife is Cajun.
My fourth wife is Cajun. Nice. I'm writing that down. That's going to be the name of it. I've never heard that sentence in my life,
and probably never will again. I was living in Los Angeles and was working at a club in Baton Rouge from time to time called the Grin Room, and I had just at that point had gone through my third divorce, that was a train wreck like they all are. And the owner of the club wanted to set me up on a blind date, and I said no. And he goes, "Why?" And I go, "Like I'm divorced 3 times. I think I need a break." And so he goes, "You want to get lunch tomorrow, you and me?" And I go, "Yeah, I'll get lunch." And so the next day there was a knock on the door from this little Cajun girl, and she worked for.
How little was she?
4'11".
4'11".
I mean, she wasn't 14. I mean, she was just short.
She was 4'11".
Yeah, 4'11".
She was 4'11".
So she worked.
She was a little Cajun girl.
Yeah, so she worked for the Tiger radio station, Baton Rouge, and the comedy club is one of her accounts. So he asked her if she wanted to go on a to lunch with me, and she said no. And he had asked me if I wanted to go with her, and I said no. And then he threatened that he was going to pull his account with her if she didn't go to lunch with me. So she did, and we started dating, and then she moved to Los Angeles with me, and then we eventually moved back to Lafayette, which is where her family's from.
So you were living in L.A. with the little Cajun 4'11"
I was.
radio salesperson. What was she doing out in L.A.? What were you doing in L.A.?
That's where I lived. I had moved to L.A. years before, and it's really weird. A big Hollywood person, and you pull down $100,000 to $1 million a show, you can afford to not only live in L.A. but actually be in L.A. Mm-hmm. But if you're someone of my status, especially however long ago, I had to be out of L.A. working on the road 3.5 weeks to 4 weeks a month to afford to actually
live in L.A. Yeah. But you're pretty successful. You've worked all over the place, and you still do work all over the place.
Yeah, I work all over the country.
You work all over the country constantly.
I like to stay busy.
Yeah.
LA is expensive. I lived in LA first.
I'm not a fan.
You lived in LA too?
Quick
Lenny?
second, yeah.
Really?
My ex-wife.
Another ex-wife story.
Right.
I think Flip has got the best ex-wife story of all time, though, which I heard you tell on another occasion.
Yeah.
I think it was off the record, but I think we could probably put it on the record now.
No, we can't.
The tattoo stories?
Oh, the tattoo story.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, okay. I thought you were
tell
talking
these
about
guys the tattoo stories. You got to hear this to believe it.
I'm ready.
So I'm married and divorced 4 times, and I'm really at this point pretty jaded and bitter, and I think I'm done. Side story: after my 5th divorce, I was doing 2 months in Atlantic City, and after 5 divorces, I thought, I don't do this well. And I'm not kidding. This probably will get me in trouble with the LGBTQ community. I guess I don't mean to, though. So after my 5th divorce, I thought maybe I can try to be gay. And this
is not the story I was thinking of.
No, it's not.
Even better.
And the theory was, it's like I never fight with my male friends, and like going out and having a beer and watching a game and blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, maybe that's a route like I've never explored. Maybe I can do that. And
love is love.
Love is love. And so I'd walk up and down the boardwalk because I was doing shows at night. So I'd walk up and down the boardwalk during the day. And I'd see a guy walking by me, and I'd try to picture myself. Nothing intimate, nothing weird. It's like, can I imagine myself holding his hand and eating popcorn out of the same container at a movie?
Walking down the boardwalk.
Yeah, I couldn't make that happen. And even though I always instinctively knew this, it sort of brought it home that you are who you are, and you're attracted to who you're attracted to. Mm-hmm. And I just thought, I'm destined to buy women homes every now and again. I guess that's what that is. So after my 4th divorce, a gal came to my show on a blind date in Dallas, and she and I started talking, and then she dumped the date, and then she and I started dating, and it was love at first sight. And after dating for 2 or 3 weeks, I said, I've never had a tattoo, and I've never wanted one, but I could easily see tattooing your name on my body for the rest of my life. And so with that, we went to downtown.
Did that scare her off?
No, she goes, me too, and we went to downtown Dallas, and we got tattoos. I mean, so there, Stacia,
there it is,
right? Stacia,
there it is.
That one's tough. You know what's tougher? Forever. That's the one that really that hurts a little bit. So,
if you listen to this as a podcast and you're not looking at, have we got a photo of that?
That
is a gigantic fucking tattoo. Dude. That is as big as you could possibly get.
How long did that take?
It was about 5-6 hours.
Wow, that's nice.
Like
Stacia forever. And how long had you been dating at this point?
A month.
Damn. Okay.
So then we get married. Like we get married. Our first date was April 20th. And
can I just interrupt you for 1 second? Yeah. What does hers say?
Flip.
Forever.
I think she.
That might be the tip off. Right?
I didn't see that coming. No, I didn't say forever. So anywho, so then we got married 2 months later, like June 20th, like to the date. We got married 2 months later.
Okay.
And we started inking up from time to time. So I've got like 13 or 14 tattoos all over my body with her name in every one of them. And so one day we were doing a drinking game, and we were playing Battleship. So
this is a good marriage when you can still be playing a drinking game with your wife.
So much fun. So like, if you've never played, so like 5 shot glasses in a row, that's the aircraft carrier, and then 2 shot glasses, that's the submarine.
Oh boy!
So I had just sunk her Battleship, and I'm drunk as shit, and I go, let's do a bet where the winner gets to choose a tattoo for the loser, and the loser can't say no. And she goes, I'm in.
Oh boy!
So the reason why I want to do this because I was ahead. So her name's Stacia, but like she grew up on a farm. She's got blonde hair, grew up on a farm, and every relationship she's ever had has been horrible. So I wanted her to do, when I won, was to have the tattoo guy shave her pubic hair, and then in its place to tattoo a haystack. and then I swear to God, I'm not kidding. And then to tattoo a needle coming out of the haystack with my name on it. Right? Because it seems very romantic. So I
with your name on the needle?
Yeah, well, there'd be like
He's the needle in the haystack. Yeah.
Right. She found the needle.
So so I was drunk with that, and I realized, and I wasn't doing as well as I thought, and I ended up losing the game. And she goes, "So you're going to get a tattoo?" And I go, "Yeah." I don't welch on a bet. So she goes, "I want you to get a tattoo of a rope, like a rope that starts on my left hip, and then it works its way towards the middle, and then sort of just goes straight south, and then encircles like the equator in a noose."
It goes around your penis?
No,
or
balls,
around your testicles?
Yeah, the balls.
Around the that's a little bit too much.
So you have a tattoo of a rope around your balls.
Yeah.
And you agreed to have whatever tattoo she said.
Well, because I really want her to get the haystack. So
this is not love, though.
For the haystack.
This is like cruelty.
Well, so anyway, I don't recommend it. It turns out that's a really bad idea.
But you actually did it.
Yeah, because I don't lie, I don't welch.
You have that tattoo?
Oh, yeah.
So you got your balls tattooed?
Well, I'm not going to show you the balls. But hang on. I'm
Okay.
gonna move this out of the way.
Thank you for not doing that. That's something, at least. There it is. Shit, that's her name, Stacia. Look at the size of that tattoo. Oh, my
Check
God.
that out, world.
Damn. Wow. There she is.
Oh, my God.
There she
So a few months later,
She must have been badass, man.
Okay, there's more.
There's more.
Wow.
She. I mean.
Is that the same spelling? It's
She
always
had
J-A-C.
golden.
I was wildly in love. Like I was crazy, madly in love. So a few months later, we were doing another drinking game, and I lost it as well. And so she goes, "So you're gonna get a tattoo?" I'm like, "I got the rope. What are you gonna do?" So she said that she wanted me to put her signature in the same general area.
Damn.
But like where it's located, like if I were like in a really cold room, naked, you'd go like, "Oh, her initials," right? And then like if I were to start warming up, no, it's.
No, this is not true. This is a joke, right? This is a joke.
No, it's 100% true.
This
and
is
so
true.
Here's what's really funny. Recently, I was talking to a woman, and she goes like, "Don't send me any dick pics." And I go, I can't. Like, I cannot, because at this point, like, it's not like some random.
Immediately incriminating.
Yeah, it's like there's no plausible deniability.
You've got
like,
Stacia
it's clearly
tattooed on your dick. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Stacia.
Stacia.
I'm telling you.
Thank God
I've
it's
never
only
met
a
this
short
lady, but
name.
She is super special.
She was. Yeah, I mean, she's still there.
Can we see a photo of her somewhere? Is she on Facebook?
I'll have to show. I'll have to look.
She
one up.
has to be badass for all those names.
Oh, God. I wanted to get the dick tattoo. I wanted to get that in glow-in-the-dark ink. Right? I swear to God.
So it's like light, no light, light, no
well,
light.
yeah, like I wanted to like put a flashlight on it, right? And then when we had sex at night, like make the room really dark, so it'd go Stacia, Stacia, Stacia.
Wow. Okay, listen.
I'm learning from this guy. I'm learning.
So you got the tattoo, the Stacia tattoos, when you lost the drinking games. Mm-hmm. Did she ever lose any drinking games?
No, but she still has six tattoos.
She's got 6.
She's got 6. Yeah.
That say flip.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's equal. It's equal.
I wouldn't exactly call it equal. But
when was the last time you saw her?
November.
Last November. And what are we up to?
What does that
January?
mean?
What month is it? January.
January.
That wasn't that long ago. Okay.
No, I was working in Dallas, and she stopped by to see a show, and so we visited.
And how was it? How was the conversation? Was it
good? You know, I mean, like she's got her life, and she's doing her thing, and I've got my life, and I'm doing my thing, and she's the only gal I've been divorced from that I still get along with.
Couldn't we engineer some way of you getting back together? Now you have. I mean,
I don't think.
There's no way it could work.
I don't think it.
How can you be that in love with somebody? Okay, so you're that in love with her. You have a name tattooed all over you.
Well, not all over. I mean, there was still, you know.
There's still room for someone else. Okay, but there's a lot. What's this gigantic tattoo?
Well, so this said Stacia right here. I had that one fixed, right? and then the chain.
Oh my God!
That said Stacia, but I also had that one fixed.
Oh, you had that turned into a chain.
Yeah, just a chain.
Okay.
And then this is interesting. I had my her name tattooed on my finger for the wedding band, and a buddy of mine. He goes, I don't have the laser ability because he owns a tattoo shop. I go, okay. He goes, but I've got this other technique for removing tattoos. So he injected acid.
Oh boy!
In my finger, and It's a bad idea. It's really uncomfortable.
I'm beginning to wonder if you're sort of fucking crazy.
It's a stand-up.
You seem to be so intelligent, and
They're not mutually exclusive. I mean, I can still be smart and have a life that's a shit show.
apparently.
I really could be a music writer. I swear to God, if I could just collaborate with either one of you.
You totally could. I mean, we've got another hour. Hey, so what is she doing, Stacia? We have to get out of here in a minute, actually, but what is Stacia doing?
She's living in Texas, and she works in the school district.
Okay, so what went wrong? What goes from being so totally in love with someone that you're absolutely devoted to them and you have their name tattooed all over your body to, I can't go along with you anymore?
Oh no, I didn't leave. I didn't leave her.
So what happened?
I was in Atlantic City for 2 months in 2018, July and August, and every day was phone calls and texts. Love you, I miss you, blah blah blah. And then July 31st, I got a phone call. July 31st, it's like, I love you, but I'm leaving. And I go, are you divorcing me? And she goes, well, I don't know yet. I'm not sure. And I go, oh. And so then 2 days later, she sent me an email. She's like, well, yeah, I got an attorney. I'm divorcing you.
So Stacia didn't stay.
She did not stay. She was not forever.
Check that out.
Yeah.
It doesn't explain anything.
Well, exactly.
She just decided while you were away that she wasn't going to be married to you anymore. Did you find out any more detail than that?
Not really.
That was it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
And that's it's weird, because I've met women that do some weird shit to you, like emotionally. Like they'll be like all into you and everything's good, but as soon as you like you're mentioning putting a tattoo, like say I will tattoo my name on you after 2 months, that most women would run for the fucking hills. Or you say anything like closely to I love you,
Too soon.
they are running for the hills. So it's just it doesn't. You can't call it. I guess it's not a.
She got a tattoo this like 2 months, 3 or 4 weeks in or whatever it was. She got a tattoo the same day I did. So
Right.
I go like I could see
There's
getting a
mutuality there.
and she
y'all.
goes, yeah. She's
Yeah.
like, I could absolutely see that as well, and we
Right.
got tattoos at the same time.
Do you think there's anything to do with alcohol involved here?
No, I that would be such a great if not
That's
excuse,
not it.
reason, something. Yeah, no, I don't know.
No, I don't mean she's an alcoholic. I mean, your love and infatuation for her, was
No.
it fueled by...
Although she was
Drugs,
fun, she was fun to drink with.
That's what I got that
Although I
impression.
don't know if she cheated when we played games because I lost a lot.
Man, okay, that's a hell of a story to go out with. Okay, so listen, if someone's listening to this and they think they would love to come and see you performing somewhere, Flip's name is FlipOrley, O-R-L-E-Y. Where do they find you, other than FlipOrley.com, of course?
Facebook /FlipOrley, Instagram /FlipOrley, YouTube. I'm going to be in Alabama July 31st and February 1st. I'm doing a lot of private shows over the next couple months. So
You do like corporate stuff.
yeah, a lot of corporate stuff so far the early part of this year, and then throughout the year I'm going to be in D.C., Dallas, Houston,
Yeah, man.
Tempe, Arizona, Prescott, Arizona, probably West Palm Beach, Florida, possibly
Given that
Miami.
you live in Lafayette, do you ever work in New Orleans?
It's funny. I'll tell you off air.
Really?
I had I contacted someone and I'm waiting to hear back.
Oh, okay, so
But I
we're not allowed
don't want to throw that out there because I don't know what's going to happen.
They might. You could always work here at the Maple Leaf.
That would be interesting.
At Calvin
wouldn't it?
Station, on Wednesdays.
Oh yeah.
What happens on Wednesdays? Open mic
It's
night?
comedy night, yeah.
Is it?
And it's real comics that show up, that's on tour.
Oh, really?
And then you have your amateurs and stuff,
Hey, there you go.
I thought
That's
about doing it one time, but
Stand
I was
up.
like, nah, yeah, comedy.
What do you
Just
mean
talk
not?
about my life,
Yeah.
I think you should.
Nah, I mean, try it,
Here's the thing: if you're a firefighter, a police officer, or in the military, and you have a bad day, right? Probably your last day. You get up on stage, tell a few jokes or stories about your life, and people don't laugh. Bruises your ego a little bit. Then you go home, you go to bed. Sun shines the next day. Nothing to lose.
Okay.
Check
Just
that out.
saying.
It takes a lot of courage to get
Check
up in
that
front
out.
of people.
Not if you don't look at them.
All right. Flip, this has been great. Thank you for coming all the way down from Lafayette to hang out with
thanks for
us.
having
Before
me.
we go, let me just tell you first about Basics on Magazine Street near Jefferson Avenue. Basics Underneath sells fine lingerie, and Basics Swimming Gym has a full range of fashion swimsuits, workout and yoga clothes with style. And this show is also brought to us today by the Positive Vibrations Foundation, who are doing some awesome work, actually. They create and encourage community through the development and preservation of the arts, music, culture, and heritage here in New Orleans. And if you'd like to be a part of our Patreon family, go to patreon.com and search for It's New Orleans Happy Hour, and for as little as $1 solitary, you can become a member of our Happy Hour family. This has been a pretty interesting show. Claudia Cravazzo was supposed to be here, but she had some sort of emergency. Kind of lucky she didn't make it, probably. I don't know. Maybe fate has a strange way of working things out. Hopefully she'll come back another day. So Lenny Green, it's been great to meet you. Thank you so much for being here. We can see you at here at the Maple Leaf.
Yes, sir.
Every
first Wednesday of the month for It's NOLA Reggae, live with Renard Poche, myself, David Barrard, Keiko Kamaki, Earl Smith Jr. You can also catch me February 13th right here at the Maple Leaf.
Okay.
Valentine's Day special. Come, bring your spoogie. bring your
special
date.
other.
Yeah. And
okay.
And your dancing shoes.
What's the weed smoking situation with the reggae band? You all high as hell when you.
No one in the band
Nobody
smokes weed.
Is that,
It's crazy.
Are you technically still a reggae band if nobody?
Except
Except you.
Except
Somebody.
Okay.
I was wondering if you could technically be called a reggae band without smoking weed. Isn't it part of the Rastafarian culture?
Yeah, it is. I think it is.
You need to get with it.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, I may have to double down.
There you go.
All right.
Got to be all in.
And Flip, thank you so much for coming all the way from Lafayette to hang out with us.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate
it's
it.
Great. Been totally worth it as far as we're concerned, I have to say, right, Andrew?
Great storytelling all around.
Yeah, really. This has been a pretty great show.
Yeah.
That's Happy Hour for another week. The producer of our show is Graham DePonte. Our music producer is Monique Pyle. Christian Unruh as our music consultant, and Thomas Walsh as our technical director. And today's show is engineered by Colin Peed, and Asher Griffith as our Facebook Live feed director, who put this whole thing on Facebook Live. If you didn't see it on Facebook Live, you listen to this as a podcast, go to Facebook and look for our It's New Orleans Happy Hour page and see what's going on here down at the Maple Leaf. Our fact checker and social media connector is Andrew Searock. Our theme music was written by and is currently being played by Mitch Foreman. If you'd like to be on our show and you can stay upright for about 60 minutes while drinking alcohol, drop us a line. Our address is on our website, itsneworleans.com. You can also check out many other happy hours we made before this one, as well as some other shows that we make around here, including Out to Lunch with Peter Raschuti, live from Commander's Palace, Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tooker, and our award-winning podcast about death called Death the Podcast. You can also find other great Louisiana podcasts at itsacadiana.com and itsbatonrouge.la, and you can keep up with us between shows on a bunch of time-sucking social media like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and you can find those links on our website, itsneworleans.com. You can find photos from the show on itsneworleans.com and on our It's New Orleans Happy Hour Facebook page and other places as well. These photos are taken today by Jill LaFleur, and you can find more of Jill's photos at lafleurphoto.com. If you listen to us on your favorite podcast app, thanks for subscribing to us. If your podcast app has a share option, try telling a couple of friends about Happy Hour. The show is recorded live today at the Maple Leaf on Oak Street in Uptown New Orleans. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting for itsneworleans.com. On behalf of Andrew Duhon and everyone else around here at the table at the Maple Leaf and back at our office at INO Broadcasting, thanks for joining us. I'm Grant Morris. I will see you back here next week for more Happy Hour.